Do you want to get into Genshin Impact in 2022? This is a casual, free-to-play guide broken up by adventure rank. First up, you're going to want to click this button, uninstall, and rethink your life choices. Still here? Well, here is the relaxed and not sweaty guide for adventure rank 1 to 10. And it's also spoiler free. Once you get through the opening cutscene, you'll choose your traveler and spend 30 minutes choosing a name. Paimon has some movement tutorials, and then you'll have some open space to move. Pick up everything. Also, smack some trees for wood. You will use this in the future. Be careful when exploring, you don't have a glider yet. Interact with the Statue of 7 to unlock the map, and fight any slimes you find along the way. Use your regular attacks and your elemental skill to defeat enemies. Try out holding E or holding your attack button for a charged attack. Just be aware that charged attacks do use stamina. Some objects will require an element to be picked. I think I might be regretting my name choice already. Amber joins the team very early on. Use her skill to distract enemy targets. You'll find some hilly churls, chests, and various objects. Take note of the elemental reactions that happen with Anemo Traveler. You're still really early on, so just think to yourself, that was neat. You'll pick up side quests along the way, but just like in other games, you don't have to complete them right away.
Make sure to kill Timmy's pigeons.
This story will bring you to the beautiful city of Mondstadt. And, of course, you're here to solve their problems. There's tons of lore in the story here, so go as fast or slow as you like. This story for Genshin is still ongoing, so if you go too fast, you will hit a dead end. You'll be sent out to complete domains, which you can complete with the characters you've been given. Keep an eye out for hidden chests and boxes that you can smash. Don't be afraid to jump into battle. While you're completing domain quests, make sure to unlock statues and waypoints across Mondstadt. Collect everything and gain exploration and combat knowledge. Investigate anything that looks particularly suspicious. If your "that's a suspicious wall" senses are tingling, that's because it probably is a suspicious wall. Complete the second domain and you gain Kaya, the cavalry captain himself. At this point, you might notice that your characters have levels. Characters will level up naturally. However, there are materials that make it a lot faster. At this point, level up your characters to around level 10. If you go out and fight, you'll probably notice a significant difference. While these won't be weapons that you use later in the game, you can still level them up like you do the characters. I put the Traveler Sword on the Traveler, big shocker, and auto-added any 1-star materials I had picked up. You can choose to hold on to your 2-star materials, however, I decided to use them as well. And now our Traveler is looking sharper than before. Continue to give Anemoculus to the statue, because the early game stamina benefit is nothing to shake a sword at. Practice your fighting, including using elemental bursts and reactions. Using your newfound Kaya to trigger Melt is a particularly potent effect. Meet up with Lisa for domain number 3. She's everyone's favorite witch mommy. You guessed it, you'll get her at the end of the domain. Once you get her, make sure to level her to at least 10. Now, you won't be given every single character for free. Genshin is a gacha game, meaning that you wish for characters on a banner. There are 2 kinds of wishes, Acquaint Fate and Intertwined Fate. These are commonly known as blue and pink wishes. Those primo gems in the top corner, whatever you do, don't spend your primo gems on blue wishes. It is much harder to get pink wishes than blue wishes. Many people in Genshin have a wishing ritual. That is to say, a certain sequence of steps that they do before they wish. Purely superstitious, but feel free to make one of your own. Once you get 8 blue wishes, wish away on the beginner's banner. You'll get a bunch of 3-star weapons, which will be useful early game. You are guaranteed to get Noelle within the 16 pulls you do on the beginner's banner. She's a dutiful maid, and we are going to be building her in part 2. After wishing, you'll get Stardust, which you can use to buy more wishes. Wishes are of limited numbers, so feel free to use your Stardust on the pink or the blue wishes. Check in with our favorite robot Catherine for adventure rank rewards. Once you hit adventure rank 7, you'll get a chapter book from which you can collect Mora, experience, and artifact pieces. This chapter book serves as a helpful guide if you're not sure what to do next. To level up your adventure rank, you'll want to do world or story quests. I'm going to complete the art of cooking. Cooking is an important element, especially since we don't have a healer yet. You can create dishes that boost your defense, increase your attack, heal you, or even revive a fallen character. Cooking is very helpful throughout the game. You can pause mid-battle and heal. Eventually there are characters that can make special dishes, but for now we have a no character bonus. There's a cooking minigame where you can complete dishes perfectly. This dish requires 5 completions to gain auto cooking. I hit level 8, so we are 80% of the way to level 10. While exploring, keep collecting Animoculus, solve some puzzles, and be suspicious of anything that comes in a group of 3. Keep unlocking those waypoints. It'll make it easier for you in the future. One particularly important waypoint is on top of the Knights of Favonius building. Climb up in the front because you may not have the stamina to climb up the whole way. One tip about climbing is that if you don't jump, if you just climb, you will use less stamina than if you jumped up the whole way. If you're looking at a particularly daunting climb, just climb it slowly. Climb the tallest tower and the waypoint will be up there. Make sure to grab the luxurious chest while you're there. The next quest I'm working on is the gliding license from Amber. Use this quest to get comfortable swapping between characters. You'll notice here that I use Amber's E, swap to Kaya, and use his burst, then swap back to Amber to use her burst. This triggers the melt reaction, which is very strong and you will have access to. With the glider completed, I am adventure rank 9, which means it's time to learn about animo sigils. Go talk to Marjorie and take a look in her shop. You might not need any of these right now, and that's okay. Also, don't worry about running out of sigils. Eventually, you will have enough sigils to buy out everything in the shop. Unlock more statues and keep leveling them up. You might not have a quest for it right now, but you probably will in the future. Your future self thanks you. Crystal flies are used to condense your resin, which we haven't even gotten to yet, so you'll use it later. These cute little guys are called Seelies. Direct them to their Seelie courts for treasure. Don't worry, their paths are predetermined. You just have to touch them to make them move. Some extra special chests will take 3 Seelies to unlock. If you're having a tough time tracking a Seelie down, you can use Elemental Sight. Starting at the base, there's an elemental line that points you in the direction of the Seelie. It's not much, but it is helpful. Once you have all 4 beginning characters, you're gonna have a ton of fun. The early game is super fun. You can't really make too many mistakes. Any and all elemental reactions will cause a ton of damage. But again, focus on having smooth switching between characters, because this will be a crucial element in the later game. As I mentioned before, suspicious things are suspicious. This is a good spot to point out that some, not all characters, have a hold-based E skill. Holding Lisa's E skill will do damage to all enemies within the circle. It's okay to level all of your characters to 20, but you won't be using and building all of your characters. A good one to focus on would be your first 5-star character. Overall, it's the beginning of the game. Get used to the controls. Don't sweat the small stuff. Aim to explore and complete the Mondstadt map, complete story missions, and level your characters and weapons to level 10. We're going to cover artifacts in video 2, adventure rank 11 to 20, because right now I actually don't even have enough artifacts to actually make a full set. One overarching recommendation I have is to not rush things. The game in 2022 is still in development. This story is still ongoing. A lot of late game players find themselves in a game of red light, green light with updates. There's tons of story to explore, secrets to unpack, and realistically, this game is going to be updating for a really long time. Alright, in conclusion, level up your characters to level 10, collect everything, and smack those trees. If I miss anything, feel free to put it in the comments. I'll only cry about it just a little. Hey yo, what you want to tell that like button right now? I don't know how to end a YouTube video. Subscribe? Yeah.